Hello, I am Sai Kiran Reddy of CSCC. Let us discuss the topics for my tech talk. The topics given are named pipes, semaphores, shared memory, and message queues. Let us discuss each topic in detail. So, we have named pipes. Before knowing about named pipes, let us see about pipes. So, what is a pipe? A pipe is a serial communication device which allows a unidirectional communication. Here, the data is written to end is read back from the other end. The pipe is mainly used to communicate between two threads in a single process or between parent and child process. Pipes can only connect the related process. In shell, the symbol can be used to create the pipe. For creating pipes, we use pipe function, and the pipe function provides a means of passing data between two programs and allows to read and write the data. The pipe function is passed with an array of file descriptors. And here pipe processing is also an important term. Let us see what is pipe processing. The process of passing data between two programs can be done with the help of popen and pclose functions. Here, popen and pclose functions are very much important in pipe processing concept. And these are also known as pipe calls. We have two pipe calls, that is popen and pclose. Let us see about popen. The popen function allows a program to invoke another program as a new process and either write the data to it or to read from it. Similarly, we have pclose function. By using pclose function, we can close the file stream associated with popen after the process started by it has been finished. And likewise, we have named pipes. Similar to pipes, but it allows communication between unrelated processes. This is done by naming the communication channel and making it permanent. Like pipe, it is unidirectional data stream. It is also known as FIFO. For creation of FIFO, we can create a FIFO from the command line and within a program. To create from command line, we can use either make node, that is which is represented by mknod, or make FIFO, which is represented by mkfifo. Thus we can use make node or make FIFO commands. Like the first this is about named pipes. Let's move on to next topic. So semaphores. What is semaphore? Semaphores are used for process and thread synchronization. Especially semaphores are mainly used for process and thread synchronization. Semaphores are clubbed with message queues and shared memory under the IPC facilities in Unix-like systems such as Linux. Mainly it is used in Linux for in the inter-process communication. While we are using threads in our program in multi-user systems or multi-processing system or a combination of two, we may often discover critical sections in the code. And critical section is a section where we have to ensure that a single process has exclusive access to the resource. The common form of a semaphore is the binary semaphore. And binary semaphore will control a single resource and its value will be initialized to 0. This is about semaphore. Let's see about shared memory. Shared memory is a memory shared between two or more processors. However, why do we need to share memory or some other means of communication? Let us see. We know that each process has its own address space. If any process wants to communicate with some information from its own address space to other processes, then it is only possible with inter-process communication technique. As we are already aware, communication can be between related or unrelated processes. That is, we have two processes. It may be possible through related or unrelated processes. Usually, interrelated process communication is performed using pipes or named pipes, as we have discussed earlier. unrelated process like process running in one terminal and another process running in another terminal. Communication can be performed using named pipes or through popular inter-process communication techniques like shared memory. Thus, this is about the importance of shared memory. Let us see about shared memory in detail. Shared memory is a highly efficient way of data sharing between the running programs. So it is mainly efficient for running programs. It also allows two unrelated processes to access the same logical memory. That is, two or more unrelated processes can access the same logical memory. And it is the fastest form of inter-process communication because all processes have share the same piece of memory. Here every process will share the same piece of memory. And the biggest advantage of shared memory is that it avoids copying of data unnecessarily. This is about shared memory. Let's see about message queues. Message queues are mainly used in inter-process communication. Message queues helps a lot in the inter-process communication. A message queue is a linked list of messages, and these message queues are stored within the kernel, and these message queues are identified by a message queue identifier. Here, a new queue is created or an existing queue is opened by a function called message get, and new messages are added to the end of a queue by a function called message send. And every message has a positive long integer type field, a non-negative length, and the actual data bytes, all of which are specified to function message send when the message is added to the queue. Generally, messages are fetched from a queue by using a function message receive. And we don't have to fetch messages in a first in or first out order. Instead, we can do this by fetching messages based on the type field. All processes can exchange information through access to a common system message queue. The sending process places a message onto a queue which can be read by another process. Each message is given an identification or type so that processes can select the appropriate message. Process must share a common key in order to gain access to the queue in the first place. Some more main points on message queues. Message queue are used for passing message between two processes, and this is a very easy process. And message queues provides a way of sending a block of data from one process to another. Message queues has a very much advantage in inter-process communication. Let us see one advantage. The main advantage of using this is each block of data is considered to have a type, and a receiving process receives the blocks of data having different type values independently. And Linux has a list of message queues. This is about message queues. Here I end my presentation. Thank you.